Hey everybody, Tony D and Little Joan here with a Screenwriter's Rant on the sex lives of college girls from HBO Max. No, it is not an X-rated thing. It is an actual comedy show from Mindy, Kaling from The Office. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Please check out my books. Links in the description. Speaking of which, I have a book signing tomorrow at Barney Loves Books. This is in Woodstown. This is a bookstore. Barney's Loves Books, Joan. Don't bark. In Woodstown, New Jersey, 12 to 2. That's Saturday, tomorrow, October 16th. So if you're in the South Jersey area, I'll have book 7, The Paradox Piney, and all my other books. Stop by if you can. Now this show. It's a show. I believe it's a show. Is it a show? I don't think it's a movie. Doesn't really say. I think it's a show. Says movie trailers. It feels weird to be a movie though. Feels like a TV show, but I guess it's a movie. For movie, the stakes seem too low. Because all it's about is girls who go to college and get laid. See, you can't do the reverse, ladies. I know. You think you can. You think it's going to be funny, like this joke about young Stalin. She sees Stalin on the cover of a book and is sexually attracted to him. Ha 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 ha. No, it's not funny. It's not funny because it's easy for women to get laid. Women can get laid whenever they want. They can just go somewhere and pick out a guy and just fall all over him, and he'll take her home and have sex with her. Chances are, as long as you're not married or in a deal already, and maybe even if he is. If you're young and you're hot, and of course they're all actresses and they're all pretty hot. This is the ugly one, by the way. Yeah, so it's not a thing. It's just not a thing for women to go have sex. It's boring. It's boring. So yeah, okay. So they go to naked parties and join a sorority and have lots of sex. It's not impressive. There's The Hangover in the background. So what are you doing? I mean, how is this funny? It'd be funnier if they weren't getting laid. Because it's so easy for women. So, this is why it's funnier when guys do it. It's funnier when guys do it. First off, it's a bigger risk now. It's a biggest possible risk it could be now, especially at college. The way colleges are. For women, it's zero risk. Zero risk. In fact, the guys are still taking a risk because they can just turn around and say anything about the encounter. And so, I mean, is this going to be funny? Well, the trailer doesn't look all that funny. It just looks like women running around having sex. They kind of come off as selfish. Having a movie about young hot women having sex is kind of like having a movie about rich people buying a bunch of stuff. Yeah, they can buy a bunch of stuff. They're rich. It's easy. There's not nothing to it. Right? It's like having an 8th grader go beat up a bunch of 2nd graders. There's no contest here. If young hot college girls want to have sex, it's not really a problem. They just have to pick out a guy. I know women like to think that's an issue. It's not really. For them, it's about, which guy, how it happens. So, Mindy Kaling is funny, but I think she's very full of herself. I've read a few interviews with her. She was very funny on The Office, but that was The Office. Everybody on The Office is very, very funny. It was a great show. This is, I don't know, it's not a downer. It's just, who wants to see this? I don't even know if women want to see this, if that's who it's aimed at. Maybe if it was a TV show. I think it's a movie, now that I look at it. It's just, and bragging about a one night stand, again, that's no big deal. A guy comes back, tells his buddy he's got laid. That's an event, okay? Especially for guys who aren't particularly handsome and aren't in the, alpha male level. Like, every guy in this movie is super hot. So, again, actors. Except for one guy, the comedic relief guy. The guy who ends up not with the girl. And then there's a scene where a girl outruns a guy on a treadmill because one of them said, men are better at women in sports. And then, she shows him. So, okay. I don't think this movie's going to hit. I just don't. You're aiming it at the wrong crowd. Because college girls can actually go out and get laid. So you know what they'll do instead of watch your movie? Go out and get laid. Now the guys would do that too, but a lot of the guys can't get laid. It's a lot of work, even in college. Unless you're in that top 5 to 10% of guys who just it's raining poontang all day. So for the other 80-90%, they would watch movies like this about them. They're not going to watch it about these girls. It's not going to resonate with them. And the girls that it might resonate with, they'll go out and get laid. So why watch the movie? Do you understand what the movie's function is in society? What the frat movie function was in the society? It was a male thing. Again, you're not making the movies correctly. If you want to do a movie about girls going to college, you have to make it appeal to them. It has to be about them. The sex lives of college girls. It would be more like, be more of a drama, probably. I don't think a lot of college girls have time for TV, quite frankly. Not this. Not comedy. They just don't. There's too much going on. So, I don't know who this is for. Again, Hollywood has completely lost its way in terms of audience. They just flipped everything over and figured, well, now it's going to work the other way. No. No, it will not. It just won't work that way. So the first act, they come to college, or maybe they're already in. It doesn't really make it clear. And the one ugly, quote-unquote, girl's trying to get laid, but she's a bit of a bookworm. The other girls are having a great time, can't get laid enough. They go to a naked party. I mean, is this the wildest thing? Usually in a frat guy movie, there's a car chase, some cops, a few goats. This doesn't even look like anything really happens in this. How is this a movie? And again, it appears to be a movie because it's on Moviegasm. It says movie trailer. So I thought it was a TV show when I was first watching it. You can't have the stakes this low in a movie. In Animal House, the stakes were the frat, the whole campus. Really. It's the ultimate college movie, right? In the other movies, the stakes were similar. It was usually like getting kicked off campus. These girls aren't getting kicked off campus. No way. They're not even in half enough trouble. They're just, they're just being very, very sexual. I mean, where's the risk in that for them? If things go south, they could always just make up a story or get a morning after pill. I mean, STDs is about the biggest risk, I guess. I mean, where's the risk here? Where's the comedy? I don't see it. I don't see the comedy. Usually there's rival frats or sororities. You could have done that. You know, they did that with House Bunny. That was pretty funny. You know, what's her name? Anna Faris is really good at playing a dummy. And she was so hot in that too. Oofa, she was smoking in that. She really, really toned up for that movie. She looked like a Playboy bunny. You know, and these girls are all good looking too, but they're just sitting around, I mean, barely doing anything. There's no chase. There's no, what? Have you seen a frat movie? You know, what are the high stakes for women? If you're going to make it appeal to women, if that's what this is. You know, it would be some kind of romance, I guess. Some kind of love interest. Doesn't appear to be a super strong one here. So the next option would be they're going to lose their scholarship, they're going to get kicked off campus, they're going to destroy the sorority, the college, something. They're just going to parties and banging dudes. You know, in The Hangover, there was a lot at stake there. They lost one of the guys in the wedding party. They were trying to find him. They thought he was kidnapped. That was high stakes. This Hollywood's just lost its way. I mean, they just keep handing the keys to people who don't know how to drive the car, and they drive it into a ditch and go, "Didn't I do a good job?" No, you did not. You have to drive the car first before you can do any stunts. You have to be able to drive it. This is missing all the key elements of a driving narrative that's a comedy. Just there's nothing here. And if there is, I don't know why hiding it out of the trailer. It should be in here. Okay. HBO Max. If you want to subject yourself to this, I assume it's up there now. It's called The Sex Lives of College Girls. And again, it's not a porn. That's it for me, Tony D and Little Joan. Check me out tomorrow at the book signing, Woodstown, New Jersey. Barney loves books, and so do I. We'll see you tomorrow.